Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Over in Hall 5, we've had the Obedience Championships going on all day, and we're going to do a little display by the winner and the runner-up of the display, of the competition. But first of all, no competition would be right without a judge and a working party. So please welcome into the ring our judge, Lou Jackson, and her team, her judging team. So these guys have been working hard all day, and they've got to be on their feet again tomorrow as well. They've all got different roles. We don't normally have this many people judging a class, but because it's Crufts, there's a lot to do. So we'll just get them settled. And we've had a bit of a strange one today, because the same handler has won the championship and has runner-up as well. So she's going to be working both her dogs for the heel work, and then she'll work the dogs separately for the other events. So please welcome into the ring Kathy Russell with the winning dog, which is Obedience Champion Ruscaf Classified Image, otherwise known as Curvy, and the runner-up, which is Obedience Champion Sarcam Explicit Image for Ruscaf, and she's called Kafna. So please welcome Kathy and Kafna and Curvy. So she's going to start off with some heel work. As I say, you don't normally work two dogs at the same time. It's just a bit of an unusual result today. So obedience competitions go on all through the year, across the country. And what you're seeing here today is the very top handler from the sport. And you certainly don't start at the
And the second place was Border Collie Kafna.
And then they work their way through the classes. So what you are seeing,
so like I said, something quite unusual here. One handler and two dogs giving a lovely obedience display.
There would just be one dog working, and the judge will be looking at the dog's position and making sure that the dog keeps
our winner, Curvy,
shoulder level with the handler's leg.
She is 6 years old.
And keeping position whilst doing the turns.
And she won 8 championship C classes in 2022.
They have quite a lot of turns to do. There'll be about turns, right turns, left about turns, all sorts like that.
And Kathy actually bred
and then also there'll be
Curvy.
Paces.
So that is a very exciting win for her.
And there'll be what's called some positions on the move too, and I'll talk you through those as Kathy goes through those. She's just doing some about turns at the moment.
So they are demonstrating some lovely heel work here.
The dogs are all trained through reward-based training. It depends what the best reward is for the dogs.
Look how happy they both are.
Kathy's just done
into a
sit,
lovely
so
sit
she
there.
leaves the dogs in the sit, walks forward, walks past them, and then she's going to pick them up as she goes.
And now she's going to carry on with that heel work position.
And then we'll move on to the next position. But these dogs are all highly motivated, because they wouldn't do this if they didn't want to be
So
doing
our
this,
second place today was Kafna. She is a 10-year-old Border Collie, and she is actually the mother of our winner today.
She's working both dogs. Now she's
So
gone
it's
into
running
slow
in the
pace,
family.
and you can see that the dogs are just working out what she's doing and matching that, so they keep a consistent position. Normally the dog is worked on the left-hand side, but obviously Curvy, who's our champion, is on the right-hand side today. So Kathy's gone back into normal pace now, and she's been asked to leave the dogs in the stand. And the judge is looking for the dogs maintaining that position and not moving until she picks them up.
So the red Merle Border Collie on the right-hand side of Kathy is our winner today.
The judge is walking behind or to the side,
and then our blue Merle
was
our second place.
And she has a scribe who's writing down all the points lost, and that's because so the judge can
dropping
keep
down
her
into a
eye
lovely
on
down
the dogs
position.
and the handler all the time. In normal
Holding that
competitions,
position while
the handlers are not
Kathy
allowed to give any verbal or
tests
physical body signals
and
as
straight
they
back
go.
into that heel work position.
And they would use marks for that as well. Now Kathy's gone into a bit of fast pace.
And now we're going into a
Again, the
trot with our dogs still in that heel work position. Stay nice and close to
Kathy's
Kathy's legs.
We won't give her too much fast pace because it's been
And
quite a
Kathy
long
says
day
that
for her.
Kafna is like a bottle of fizz waiting to explode. And that is
they hold to the
despite her
sit,
age of
and the dog
10
has to
years
sit
old.
smartly when
She's
the
also the
handler
naughtiest
stops.
dog that Kathy has ever owned.
There we go. So well done, Kathy. That was a good little display of the heel work. Just to introduce the dogs to you, so
just a reminder, the red merle border collie is our winner today.
And she is actually the
6-year-old
mum
Curvy.
of the red merle, which is Curvy, who's 6 years old. And she's going to really complain about not being allowed to join in now.
And we have cheeky Kaffner there. Kathy did say that Kaffner is very naughty.
So the aim of
and
this
just demonstrating that naughty streak there.
Is to send the dog
into a middle
through
position.
The front markers to the back cone, and the handler has to.
And we are now demonstrating a send away.
Just like that. The dog then has to stay in that position whilst the handler performs.
So now Kathy is going to walk over and meet Curvy.
And again, the judge is looking for the accuracy of the dog on the back marker and the steadiness of the dog until the dog's called.
Champion from today.
And then the dog has to join the handler in the heel work position.
Straight into that lovely
heel work, which is what you see
high heel work position.
So this is the kind of
head
heel work
in a nice high position
on
Kathy's leg
to win the class and become the bitch obedience
really
champions.
Bringing those front feet up to make that beautiful line.
As you can see, she's not giving any body signals or anything. And the dog's just following
and a big reward there.
Her movements.
And you can just see how much these dogs absolutely love their obedience.
Okay, so now
not fazed by the audiences at all. Okay, now Kaffner next. So Kaffner was our second place dog today.
Absolutely full of it. Kathy describes her
and she is
like
raring to go.
Fizz, just waiting to go off, despite her age. And she says she's actually the naughtiest dog that Kathy's ever owned.
She is ready to go. You can certainly see
the spirit in her, can't you? So what we're now going to do is a retrieve.
So I think now we are going to
this involves throwing an
see a retrieve demonstrated by Kathy and Kaffner. 10-year-old border collie.
She's sent out to pick up the article, which she has to do cleanly, return back to sit in front of the handler.
Into a lovely position in front of Kathy there.
And then when told to go back to the handler's side, and that finishes the retrieve exercise.
And that was beautiful.
And then Kaffner now thinks it's a toy
Kaffner very happy with herself there. Still raring to go for more, even though she's 10 years old.
Next is an exercise called distant control. And this requires the dog to be left in a
just look how happy she is.
Stand. Then the handler has to leave the dog for about 10 paces. 20 paces rather, and then turn and
here we have Kathy leaving Kaffner.
Put the dog into a number of different positions.
And now Kathy is going to be asking her dog to go into different positions. So they include a stand, a sit, and a down. And now what we're looking for is the dog to stay in the same spot. We want as little movement from them as possible.
So again, the judge is looking for steadiness, looking for the dog to take up the positions smartly,
holding that position, and a nice
and on the first
big praise at the end of that exercise.
So now we're just going to do the scent exercise.
So now we're moving on to the scent exercise.
We're just going to clear the bollards away. So the scent exercise is from the sort of more advanced classes, and what we have
we are just changing over dogs again.
What we call blank cloths. So these are cloths that don't have.
So this is Curvy, today's winner. She is 6 years old. She's a border collie.
We'll have up to 10 cloths out for Class C, which is what this is. And the idea
she is known as Miss Perfect at home because she never puts
but we make it a bit more difficult for the dog by putting in what we call decoys. So
and that is why she is today's obedience champion.
Rub their scent onto a cloth just to make it a little more complicated. Then the judge will.
You can see these dogs are so happy to be in this arena, showing off their skills. Not fazed by the audience at all, and raring to go.
They'll give one to the steward to put out into the pattern for the dog to find, and the other one they'll give to the handler, and the handler will then give the dog the scent, let them smell the cloth, and go out and
so we are going to see a scent exercise. So one of the cloths that is down has a specific scent on it. And Curvy needs to find that
the dog finding cloth with a scent on that they don't know. In the lower classes, the dog will actually find the handler's scent, which is obviously a very familiar scent to them.
So we're just
But
waiting
in
those
this
cloths to be
class,
put
they
down
have to
now.
find,
Like I said,
the
one
judge's
cloth will
scent,
have
or
the
in this
scent on,
case, a different
and
person's
that
scent.
is the cloth that the dog has to
So
pick
we
up
make them sure they're lined up.
as
The rule is you
cleanly
can never put a row of
and
cloths out in a straight line.
as quickly as possible.
That's the way it works. So as I say, these classes go on in competitions throughout the year, and you start at a very low level. In fact, if people have done their Bronze Good Citizens test, then there is a special pre-beginner class.
I love how Kathy has matched her outfit to Kirby today. They are looking very in sync together.
Test. And that's really a starting point for people to get into obedience competition. As I say, it's really good fun. It's all about the relationship.
That cloth
with the dog.
has now
It's a bit
just
like
been put
ballroom
down.
dancing, really.
That
You
Kirby
both know
has to
your
go
job, but
find.
you've got to work as a team to make it look absolutely
Can she
seamless.
find the scented cloth?
And the dogs are highly, highly motivated to do this, particularly at this level. So we put out the cloth that they've got to find, which I believe is the pink cloth, and we're now going to give another cloth to Kathy, who's going to give it to Kirby to pick up the scent.
So you can see here Kathy is placing the cloth over Kirby's face so she can really get the smell of that scent.
Of the smell that she's looking for. Kirby obviously likes
So just making sure that Kirby has that scent now. And then she's going to be sent
and
away.
The dog is sent to find the cloth.
She's going to smell all the cloths, and she has to find the cloth with the scent on it. And there we go, just like that, as easy as that.
She's very pleased with herself that she's found it. She then has to present to the handler.
And then straight back into that present position.
And then she'll be asked to finish the dog.
Finished.
Well done, Kathy.
That really was a
so
stunning performance there.
So we're now going to do one with
now we're going to do exactly the same thing.
But
we're going to do it with Kafna. So remember,
Kafna who knows, but that's
is
all
the
part
mother
of the These dogs
Kirby.
aren't robots, these are dogs, and Kafna is certainly enjoying her moment in the limelight here. She's got a really cheeky face on her. I think Kathy might be in trouble here.
And I think Kafna is raring to go.
This is what it's all about. It's all about
I
having
think
fun
she's
with
watched
your dog
Kirby
and
do her
that
thing, and she wants
relationship and
to
that bond with them.
she wants to go.
We've had 44 shows of championship
Now all the dogs
classes this year.
that we see in any exercise that we're working today, whether it's obedience, agility, watch music, are all trained using positive enforcement.
Which is a huge number to win. And she's also won
so that's
Dog of
with
the Year and
treats,
Top
with
Dog,
toys, with any reward
as well for having such a
that our
successful
dogs
season. So
love to work for.
Kafna doesn't let us down now.
And I think it's clear to see they are very enthusiastic and love their work. Can she find that cloth?
As you can see, both dogs have worked very differently.
Up and down we go.
There, she said it
There
was
we go,
that
and
one.
she has it.
There we go.
So that is Kafna, 10-year-old collie, demonstrating just how good she is.
There. Well done, Kafna.
And a big round
So again,
of applause
it's
there
really
from the
difficult
audience.
'cause there'll be lots and lots of scents on this carpet for the dogs, lots of things to smell.
Now, there have been lots
so
of
they do
dogs
have
on
to work
this
quite hard, 'cause
carpet,
there have been a lot of other dogs and
but they
people
still managed to find that
within,
correct scent,
within this
which is
arena on
incredible.
this carpet today. So we're just going to pick up all the cloths now. If anybody is interested in starting off an obedience career, as I say, you don't start at that level. You start much lower down, but it is a great sport. Please go and find the obedience corner over by the Kennel Club.
So both
stand.
collies
They've got a
there
little,
looking very
where they
happy
have
with
all the
themselves with the
different,
work that they have done.
Dog sports, there's one for obedience there as well.
I think it's safe to say that they definitely earn their titles today of Bitch Obedience Champion and Bitch Obedience Second Place.
Okay, so Kathy and the judging team are just lining up. And we're going to welcome into the ring someone who has started in the lower classes and actually who won the special pre-beginner class today, and that is Paige Jackson.
So I think now we are just going to present.
Firecracker, and she's accompanied in by the Chief Obedience Steward.
And that is some stunning heel work there.
And so welcome, Paige. So Paige is aspiring to be at the level that Kathy's at, but judging by the way that dog came into the ring, is doing extremely well.
That was a beautiful
so Pepper
heel
is a
work position
3-year-old Border Collie. So now we're just going to present them with some commemorative rosettes.
So we are just presenting.
Let's give Paige a round of applause. She's
the rosettes here.
She could well be an obedience champion stick sometime soon. And
so our obedience
well
champion.
Done to Kathy and Kirby
and our
and
obedience
Kathna,
second place. So our winner today was Kirby, 6-year-old Border Collie.
I think it was a very early
and she
was
bred by Kathy. And she
we'll
is the red Merle.
Lead off, and thank you
and
very
then
much
second
for
place
watching, and I hope you enjoyed that.
was Kathy
and
Russell again with 10-year-old Border Collie.
And Kirby and Paige and Pepper and all our judging team who will give you a wave. They've got to have an early night because
so
it's a busy day
big
tomorrow.
well done to them. So that was a lovely demonstration there of the obedience champion.